This is a special tropical briefing for Tropical Storm Karen, recorded around 5 p.m. on October 4th, 2013. This is Morgan Berry, a meteorologist at the National Weather Service in Mobile, Alabama. Now keep in mind that there may be changes in the track and intensity of Tropical Storm Karen since this storm has weakened throughout the day, but this should give you a general overview of what to expect. As of 4 p.m., this is the current forecast track for Tropical Storm Karen. It is currently located in the central Gulf of Mexico and will continue to move generally northward towards the Gulf Coast at around 7 miles per hour. The maximum sustained winds are 50 miles an hour with this tropical storm. Karen is no longer forecast to reach hurricane strength before making landfall, and our area is currently under a tropical storm watch. Tropical Storm Karen will make landfall sometime late on Sunday along the north-central Gulf Coast. However, due to the strength of this tropical storm, it is too early to give an exact location of landfall. Now, if you live anywhere along the coast and in this cone, you need to start making preparations if you have not already done so. However, do not focus on the exact points in this cone, and do not assume that there will be no impacts if you do not live in the cone or along the coast. Impacts and the wind threat can extend outward from the center of Tropical Storm Karen for hundreds of miles. The potential impacts for the northern Gulf Coast area for Saturday through Monday are dependent on the track and intensity of Tropical Storm Karen. If one of these changes even slightly, these impacts will change. For heavy rainfall, along the coast we are expecting 3 to 4 inches with locally higher amounts up to 6 inches possible. And further inland, we are expecting 1 to 3 inches with locally higher amounts possible. The heaviest rain will likely occur near and just to the east of the center of Tropical Storm Karen. So if the track shifts at all, these precipitation amounts will likely also change. We are expecting tropical storm force winds, likely on Sunday, and these will be mostly confined to areas near the immediate coast and adjacent Gulf waters. We are expecting minor to moderate coastal flooding with 2 to 3 feet of inundation for coastal Alabama and 1 to 2 feet of inundation along the northwest Florida panhandle. The main hazard for Tropical Storm Karen will be the high risk for rip currents, which are already being experienced along coastal Alabama and northwest Florida panhandle beaches. Double red flags are already flying at numerous beaches, and this means that you should not enter the Gulf waters. Beach erosion is also possible during this event, and high tide will occur in the evening. This is a graphical representation of coastal flooding potential, focusing in on Mobile Bay, where there's 2 to 3 feet of coastal flooding possible. Keep in mind that 3 feet will cause waves to splash over into the eastbound lanes on the causeway that goes over Mobile Bay. Also, there's 1 to 2 feet of coastal flooding potential along the northwest Florida panhandle. Now, something that we try to stress to everyone is to know your elevation, and this is in order to understand if your location will be impacted by storm surge. We tend to refer to storm surge as inundation of water above ground level, which is locally equivalent to mean sea level. Now, if you want, you can pause this slide and look at the example we have here on storm surge. We've already gone over the high risk for rip currents and surf, which is already being experienced at our local beaches. However, we have not mentioned the tornado risk. At this point, it is just a risk for isolated tornadoes across the area, especially along the coastal areas. This will need to be monitored as the event unfolds and may need to be increased. The inland counties are really not expected to experience high impacts due to Tropical Storm Karen. For wind, tornado, and river flooding, we are looking at slight impacts, and flash flooding, we are looking at slight to moderate impacts due to the possibility of heavy rainfall. We will continue to monitor the development of Tropical Storm Karen, and we'll give another briefing on Saturday afternoon if conditions warrant it. You can find more information if you go to weather.gov/MOB. You can find all of our products there as well. You can also follow us on social media. On Facebook, you can search for National Weather Service Mobile, and on Twitter, you can search for NWS Mobile. Thank you.